Go to Denton and you'll see our first guest showcasing colorful, eye-catching bags that can't be ignored. To get one for yourself, you'd have to hop on a plane to Guatemala and Mexico, but she's bridging the gap at her M&B Tiny Shop. Today, Biridiana Ordonez is here to share more. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Talk about just a great little pep up. You don't even need a cup of coffee when you see these colorful bags. So I want to find out that you have M&B Tiny Shops, and they were inspired by your students and your desire to bring kind of cultural representation to North Texas, which I love. Can you walk us through that journey and how your heritage kind of shaped this vision into this whole new brand?
Yes, our vision pretty much came about when my husband and I got married, and I grew up here in Oak Cliff, and I was always surrounded by the music, the culture, the vibes, and the lack of it being in Denton, and we needed to showcase that. And our students, both of us being teachers, it inspired us so they could look up to somebody, the leaders, that they could also do that. And
you know, Denton is a vibrant community, but I can see what you're saying, being able to bring some representation when it comes to this and do so in such a colorful, bright way. And I'm curious about the meaning behind these bags. I know that they've got particular designs. Can you tell us about how they reflect the culture that they're from?
Yes, they're all handmade by our artisans, and the color really, it's very vibrant in Mexico and Guatemala. So that just brings happiness, joy in everyday life.
I've had the opportunity to go both to Guatemala, I've been to Honduras, and also to Colombia. And you're right, there's so much color, there's so much vibrancy. And sometimes we get stuck in the rut of our blacks and beiges because we think it's going to go best with our wardrobe. But bringing that pop of color can really enhance your overall wardrobe. But also there's meaning that's even deeper than just the color and the designs. The women that are creating these bags, they have a very special story as well.
Yes, they do. They create all of the pieces based off of what their feelings, what their history, and even like in Guatemala, you can find the pieces of the textures where you can see that they have a meaning of fertile, and they have meaning of joy, happiness, or protection. So each piece of each item has a meaning, and for me as well, they have a meaning because my mom used to make these, my grandpa made them, and that just brings more into what our business is.
You know, having a small business can be difficult. There are struggles associated with that. Now, I know you yourself had some struggles when it came to getting the business off the ground. Can you describe what some of those challenges were and also how you were able to push past them?
Yes, losing my grandma 2 years ago was where the reason why I had to close my shop down, because I was just heartbroken. I couldn't get it together. But when I met Bree from Social Chica, she kind of helped me get out of it and push through, and by winning the grant that they offered, I was able to start my collection that we started going, and we're able to bring back that push and just surrounding us by the Latinas and the women entrepreneurs that also go through it, and just encouraging each other that it's possible.
It's a village that you've got to pay attention to, and having those women with like circumstances to help you build, I think that's just exciting. And by the way, I am so sorry for your loss. I can tell that this was, your grandmother meant the world to you.
Yes, she did.
Let's talk also about some of the other items that you have here. You've got some very colorful keychains as well as other accessories. I love these flowers that you have here. They make quite a statement. Tell me more.
Yes, so like I mentioned, all of our products are handmade. I personally make some, my mom too. The flowers are handmade by my mom. She crochets all of them.
Oh, really? So it is a family affair.
Yes, it is. It is. I started making again, like going back to where we started, making our tassels, which you can see them has a charm to the bags. And I also have a new collection of our journals where we are representing the Latino community. So I have like the Latina or Guatemala, and you can find a little bit of color you can add to your wardrobe at any time.
I've got to tell you, I'm so impressed with what you're doing. Tell me what's next for M&B Tiny Shop.
M&B, although we closed our store down, we're going, like I said, we're going back to our roots. What we initially wanted to do was to have a mobile shop. So we're hoping that we can get that done in a couple maybe a year or two.
I have a very strong feeling that you're going to do that. And you know what? I know that your grandmother is really proud of you.
Yeah, she is.
Congratulations. These are delightful designs.
Thank
and I
you.
thank you so much for bringing them for us this morning.
No problem.
We really do appreciate it.